if women entrepreneurs were given the level of funding that men are given, the world would generate over $1 trillion in added wealth to the economy.
In the
So
US, yes.
in the US, that's amazing. It seems logical to me. I wonder if you have found that women are getting more funding now because of that recognition, or are we still missing out? And what do you think can be done about it?
No, we're still missing out. When I started this journey 10 years ago, investing initially as an angel investor, it was about 2% of VC dollars in the United States went to women. And now it's at about 3%. So we haven't really moved the needle much. We're still missing a lot. And endless studies have shown that women-led companies generate a larger ROI than male-led companies. First Round Capital was one of the first big VC funds to put out a report 5 or 6 years ago. They did a look back at their portfolio companies that they invested in the past decade. And the companies that had at least one founder who was a woman did better than teams that were all male-led. If you think about just the population, there are more women who are educated, who are in college. Not that that's like, the holy grail, but educated, they have great ideas. Women are the consumers of households at companies. They're the ones who are the buyers. And so if you're even just looking at like consumer products, we have a pulse on what's in the market, what's going to sell, what's not going to sell. The whole point of VC is you want to mitigate your risk. As I said, studies have shown that women-led companies, do well, but yet they're not getting funding. And so I see that as an opportunity. And so I've been investing in underrepresented founders, which are women, diverse founders, LGBTQ-led companies. I think a lot of it is just, these are people who have had to overcome adversity in some way. Being a woman in America, particularly if you're like in corporate America, or, a lot of entrepreneurs have left because they hit a glass ceiling. And so there's some level of adversity. People of color have adversity. Some of those entrepreneurs are highly resourceful, don't have the luxury of if they get a check from a VC, they're probably not getting as big of a check as a male-led company would get. And so they have to be scrappy. Obviously not every woman or diverse founder is going to be a great founder, but to me, if you're going to make an investment, like those would be the type of people you want to invest in.